Welcome, friends. Today's story will take you on an emotional journey that will touch your soul. Inside a small workshop filled with the smell of oil and metal, a simple mechanic named Ethan is working late. His hands are rough, his clothes stained, but his heart is pure. The rain outside beats heavily on the old roof, and a soft radio plays in the corner. Suddenly the workshop door opens. A young girl in a broken electric wheelchair enters, pushed by her elegant mother, a billionaire woman named Isabella. She looks around the small, dimly lit shop with doubt in her eyes. "Please," she says softly, "no one could fix it. Can you try?" Her voice trembles as she glances at her daughter, who sits silently, her eyes empty of hope. Ethan nods gently. "Let's see what we can do," he says, lowering himself beside the chair. He takes off his gloves and carefully touches the damaged wires. The girl watches him with curiosity. "Does it hurt?" she asks innocently. Ethan smiles. "No, sweetheart. Sometimes fixing something broken just takes patience and love." Hours pass. Sparks flicker. Sweat runs down Ethan's face as he rebuilds piece by piece, refusing to give up. The girl's mother stands silently, tears forming as she remembers the day her daughter's accident changed their lives forever. The money, the doctors, the machines, nothing worked. And yet, this humble man is still trying. Not for fame, not for payment, but for the smile of a little girl he just met. Finally, Ethan connects the last wire. The lights on the wheelchair flicker, then glow brightly. The girl gasps, her fingers twitch, and slowly the wheels begin to move. She laughs for the first time in years, her eyes wide with disbelief. "Mom, it's moving! I can move again!" Isabella falls to her knees, covering her face as tears pour uncontrollably. She looks up at Ethan and whispers, "You fixed what billions couldn't." Ethan simply smiles and replies, "Ma'am, sometimes broken things don't need money. They just need someone who cares." The girl drives her chair around the small workshop, laughing joyfully as the rain outside stops. The sun begins to shine through the window, filling the room with golden light. The mother hugs her daughter tightly, both crying not from sadness, but from the miracle of kindness. Ethan quietly wipes his hands and looks at them with a humble smile. "Thank you," Isabella says softly. "You reminded me what real wealth means," Ethan replies gently. "A real wealth, ma'am, is in the hearts we touch." The camera slowly zooms out, showing the small workshop glowing with warmth, laughter, and life once again. End scene. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Soul of Kindness, where every act of kindness creates a miracle. The next morning, Ethan opens his small garage once again. The rain has stopped, but puddles still shine on the ground outside. He sits on his old wooden stool, sipping tea from a cracked cup, when he suddenly hears the sound of a car stopping outside. A luxurious black limousine pulls up, far too expensive for his little street. From it steps Isabella, the billionaire mother, dressed in an elegant suit, but today her face carries no pride, only gratitude. Beside her, the little girl, Lily, rolls forward in her now perfectly working wheelchair, laughing as sunlight hits her face. It's the first time Ethan sees her outside, moving freely. She waves at him. "Mr. Ethan, look! It still works perfectly." Ethan smiles warmly. "That's great, sweetheart. You're faster than my old car now." Lily giggles, her laughter echoing through the quiet street. But Isabella's eyes glisten. She's trying not to cry. She looks around the small workshop, at the cracked walls and rusty tools, and realizes how humble this man's life really is. "Mr. Ethan," she says softly, "you didn't just fix her wheelchair. You gave her back her freedom, and you gave me back my daughter's smile." Ethan shakes his head humbly. "No, ma'am, she already had that smile. It was just waiting to come back." Lily looks up at her mother and whispers, "Mom, can we help him like he helped me?" Isabella kneels beside her daughter, holding her tiny hands. "That's a beautiful idea, sweetheart." She stands up and turns to Ethan. "You fixed something money couldn't fix. Let me at least repair something for you." But Ethan refuses politely. "You don't owe me anything. I did it because it was the right thing to do." Isabella pauses, deeply moved. "You remind me of someone," she says softly. My late husband. He always said, real strength isn't in power or money. It's in compassion. He used to fix toys for Lily himself. When he died, she stopped smiling. Until yesterday, her voice breaks and tears slip down her cheeks. Ethan, quietly emotional, places his hand over his heart and says, then maybe in some way he was here yesterday too. The camera pans to Lily, who's now helping another kid in a small wheelchair outside, showing how to move it. Ethan and Isabella watch silently, the little girl's kindness spreading already. As the sunlight shines brighter, Isabella looks at Ethan and says, you didn't just repair a wheelchair, you repaired our faith in humanity. Ethan smiles, wiping a tear that escapes his own eyes. That's all I ever wanted to fix. A few days later, Ethan's quiet little workshop has turned into a place of hope. Word has spread across the town. The mechanic who fixed the billionaire's daughter's wheelchair when no one else could, but Ethan doesn't care for fame or praise. He continues his work as usual, repairing old bicycles, helping people who can't afford much, and offering free repairs to kids who come to him after school. One afternoon, as Ethan wipes the grease off his hands, he hears a familiar voice. Mr. Ethan! It's Lily, rolling toward him, smiling brightly. Her mother, Isabella, follows behind with a gentle smile. Ethan's face lights up instantly. Well, look who's racing into my shop again. Lily giggles and hands him a small lunchbox. Mom and I brought you something. You always fix things for everyone. Today we wanted to fix your lunch. Ethan opens it. Inside are homemade sandwiches, neatly packed with a small note written in a child's handwriting. Thank you for fixing my world. For a moment, Ethan's strong heart softens. His eyes fill with tears as he whispers, you didn't have to. Isabella steps forward. We wanted to, she says softly. You've done something no doctor, no engineer, no billionaire could do. You reminded me what real care means. Then Isabella looks around the workshop. Ethan, I've been thinking, you've helped so many people with almost nothing. Let me help you help others. Ethan looks confused. What do you mean? Isabella smiles warmly. I want to open a foundation, the Heart of Hope Workshop, a place where people like you can repair wheelchairs, prosthetics and mobility devices for free. I want you to lead it. Ethan stands speechless, tears falling freely now. Ma'am, I'm just a mechanic. She replies gently, you're more than that. You're proof that one man's kindness can rebuild lives. Lily rolls forward, holding his hand. Please say yes, Mr. Ethan. You'll make so many kids smile like me. Ethan looks at her innocent face and finally nods, his voice trembling. All right, sweetheart. Let's fix the world together. The camera slowly pans out. We see the three of them standing together under the golden sunset, the workshop glowing with warmth. Workers and families begin to gather outside, clapping and cheering as the new sign goes up. Heart of Hope, where kindness heals. Ethan looks up at the sign, then at Lily and Isabella. He smiles and says quietly, This is what life's all about. The mother wipes her tears, Lily laughs, and the screen slowly fades with emotional music playing in the background. A reminder that even the smallest act of kindness can create ripples of love that never end. Months have passed since Heart of Hope Workshop opened. The small garage that once fixed broken machines now repairs broken lives. Every day, children in wheelchairs, old men with walking sticks, and struggling families come to Ethan's place, not just for help, but for hope. The walls are filled with smiles, laughter, and photos of people whose lives changed because of one man's kindness. Ethan stands outside the workshop, watching Lily help another child learn to use his new wheelchair. Her face glows with happiness, her laughter echoing across the courtyard. Isabella stands nearby, talking to the families, offering them comfort and support. She has changed, too, no longer the proud billionaire she once was, but a humble, kind woman who has found the true meaning of wealth. Suddenly, a journalist approaches Ethan with a camera. Sir, the world wants to know. How did this all begin? Ethan smiles softly, looking at Lily and Isabella. It began with a broken wheelchair, he says, and a little girl who refused to stop smiling, even when life tried to break her. I just fixed a few wires, But she and her mother fixed my heart. The reporter looks moved. What do you mean? Ethan takes a deep breath, his eyes moist. You see, I lost my own daughter in an accident years ago. I couldn't save her. I couldn't fix her wheelchair in time. For years I blamed myself. But when Lily came into my workshop that night, I saw my daughter in her. It was like life gave me one more chance to do what I couldn't before. Tears roll down Isabella's cheeks. She walks closer and gently holds Ethan's hand. So that's why you worked so hard that night. Ethan nods silently, his eyes shimmering. Lily wheels over and hugs Ethan tightly. You didn't just fix me, Mr. Ethan. You fixed all of us. Ethan kneels beside her, trying to hold back tears. No, sweetheart, he whispers. You were the miracle I was waiting for. The camera pans upward. The sky is glowing orange with the sunset. Children are laughing, volunteers are working, and a big banner reads, "Kindness is the strongest tool in the world." Isabella stands beside Ethan, watching the sunset. My husband used to say something, she murmurs. He said, "A true hero is someone who makes others believe in good again. I think today he would have been proud of you." Ethan looks up at the sky, whispering softly, "Maybe he's watching. Maybe my little girl is too." A soft wind blows through the workshop, carrying a feeling of peace, as if the heavens themselves are smiling. The scene fades slowly, showing the Heart of Hope workshop filled with joy, love, and second chances. Welcome, friends. This is the final and most powerful moment of our story. A moment that proves one small act of kindness can change countless lives forever. It's been 1 full year since Heart of Hope workshop began. Once a tiny, rusty garage, now a bright, modern center filled with light, laughter, and miracles. People travel from faraway cities just to meet the humble mechanic who changed the world with his hands and his heart, Ethan. The morning sun shines over the workshop as children in wheelchairs roll across the courtyard, their faces glowing with joy. Volunteers fix wheelchairs, polish crutches, and hand out meals. Laughter fills the air. In one corner, a big golden board shines with the words, "In loving memory of all broken things that found new life." Ethan walks through the workshop quietly, greeting everyone with a warm smile. His hands are still rough, his clothes still simple, but his eyes now carry peace. He stops when he sees Lily, the little girl whose broken wheelchair changed everything. She's now walking slowly with the help of braces. Her mother, Isabella, holding her hand proudly. "Mr. Ethan," Lily calls, smiling brightly. "Guess what? I can walk a few steps now." Ethan freezes in awe, his eyes filling instantly. He rushes forward, kneels down, and says softly, "Sweetheart, look at you. You're walking. You're really walking." Lily laughs and hugs him tightly. "You told me to never give up, and I didn't." Isabella stands behind them, wiping her tears. "Doctor said it was impossible," she whispers. "But miracles don't come from hospitals. They come from hearts like yours." Ethan looks at her with emotion. "Ma'am, you and Lily gave me my life back. You made me believe I still had a purpose." Just then a crowd begins to gather around. There's a small stage, decorated with flowers and photos of people the workshop has helped. Isabella steps up and takes the microphone. "Friends," she begins, her voice trembling with emotion. "This workshop began with one broken wheelchair, and one man who refused to give up on hope." She turns toward Ethan. "Ethan, you taught us that kindness is the greatest repair tool in the world. Today I want to dedicate something special." She uncovers a plaque, shining under the sunlight. It reads, "The Ethan Carter Center, built on kindness, powered by love." The crowd erupts in applause. Tears stream down Ethan's face as he looks at his name, engraved forever. He turns to Isabella and says quietly, "You didn't have to do this." She smiles softly. "No, Ethan, we had to. Because the world needs to remember men like you." Ethan looks around, at the children laughing, at Lily walking, at the families smiling, and whispers, "If my daughter were alive, she would have loved this place." The end. If this story touched your soul, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Soul of Kindness, where every story reminds us that even broken things can shine again.